right, Mike's back full forecast, and this is kind of the day that we circled, probably the end of last week as the potential to being like a really just be careful kind of hot day.
Right. There's hot and then there's hot. Dangerous hot. And we're approaching that. We've already got heat advisories up for a lot of Maine. So this means that it's going to feel more like the mid to upper 90s or even feel like 100 degrees outside when you factor in the heat and humidity. So later on this afternoon, it's going to be noticeable just how hot it's going to get. You'll notice that portions of York and Cumberland counties right along the coastline are not included in this, and that's because the forecast for high temperatures is actually more like the upper 80s and low 90s. So even with the humidity combined, it's still only going to feel like the low 90s, which is still relatively dangerous, but not like it's going to be inland, especially across portions of southern Maine where it's going to feel like it's about 100 degrees. And I think that if we actually see 100 degrees happen anywhere, it's going to be somewhere in the Merrimack Valley, or maybe closer to Northampton, Mass, somewhere in the Connecticut River Valley. That's where I think we could actually see an air temperature of 100 degrees. We'll be watching closely to see how that all unfolds later today. Right now, the radar is quiet, not much to talk about locally, and I don't really expect that to change much. We'll watch temperatures just kind of climb pretty steadily as the day goes on, expecting sunshine very early on in the day. By 9 o'clock, we've already got some towns approaching or at 80 degrees, and shortly thereafter, we've got temperatures approaching 90 degrees in some locations. 90 by 1 p.m. today in Augusta and Freiburg, 91 in Lewiston, 93 in Sanford, and temps will continue to climb after that. There could be just a couple of pop-up showers, mostly across the western mountains and the central highlands today. I don't expect widespread showers or storms, but when you have this much moisture and this much heat around, it's certainly possible that there could just be a couple of pop-ups. Those will try to push south, but I think we'll actually watch them fizzle out after the sun sets tonight. We lose our daytime heating. And here's why we say it's a bit of dangerous heat. There's no break from the heat tonight. Temperatures in some spots won't even drop below the low 70s. So even if you were expecting things to cool down a little bit, it's still going to feel very warm overnight tonight and right into tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, as the front passes, we actually have a bigger risk of scattered showers and thunderstorms. These start up fairly early, especially across the mountains, with the first showers popping up as early as 10 a.m. tomorrow. And then after that, we'll see scattered showers and storms. I think it might be a little more scattered than what this particular model is showing. But either way, it's going to get hot out ahead of that front yet again. By Saturday, we've got this stationary front sandwiched between two areas of high pressure. Our Bermuda high, which is keeping the heat close by, and high pressure to our north. That keeps this front stationary and draped across Maine. Beach to Beacon should be dry in the morning, but likely quite humid. And then on Sunday, all the heat and humidity comes right back. We could be talking about a very similar day Sunday to what we have in store today before this front tries to finally sink south on Monday. But there's been some adjustments to the forecast here because it looks like a second area of low pressure will actually try to push this front back north. And if that happens on Monday, we don't get quite as much rain. And that also means that it could be hot and humid yet again next Tuesday. So we're watching that very closely. Dew points, though, no matter how you slice it, we're in that uncomfortable to oppressive range, not only today, but through the weekend into the start of next week. Marine forecast today sees around 2 to 3 feet, south wind 10 to 15 knots, gusting to 25 knots later in the afternoon. A lot of pop-up shower and storm chances when you've got this much heat and humidity around. I've got 92 inland on Sunday, and then Tuesday is where I'm highlighting again, possibly one last hot day. That's still 5 days out, 6 days out. There's some timing uncertainty there, but Lee, if this continues to trend the way that it has over the past 24 hours, it's certainly possible that we'll do mid-90s today, on Sunday, and then again Tuesday.
Okay.
It's summer.
I'm like half happy and half concerned. So, all right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.